Today's video is all about how you can start investing with literally $0 in your bank account. Now, obviously, you probably do have a job, and I also hope that you're able to live somewhat comfortably. Unfortunately, not all of us are privileged with great job and great circumstances. So today, I wanted to share with you how you can get your first initial startup capital. So without any further ado, let's talk about exactly how you can start investing with absolutely $0 in your bank account. Let's go. So the first step in this process is for you to actually build credit at the same time as getting free reward offers from credit card companies. Now, this does take a little bit of skill and being able to manage your money so that way you never have to pay a credit card company interest on the money that you borrow ever again. So what that means is when you sign up for the credit cards that I'm going to be talking about today, you need to make sure that every single time you spend any amount of money, you have that money in your bank account and you only spend the money that you can afford to actually spend, that you've actually budgeted for. And if you don't do that, then the whole process of building your credit and getting free money actually goes out the window because you end up paying credit card companies huge amounts of fees. But there is a way for you to avoid that, and that is just paying off the credit card balance right away as soon as you spend the amount that you're going to spend, which each credit card is going to have a threshold so you can actually gain that free money. But a lot of us already spend that on groceries or on maintenance of your car, for transportation, all kinds of sort of things that require you to actually spend money each month. And this is a way for credit card companies to, instead of you paying your bank back, you can actually pay these credit card companies back. And their hope is that you overspend and that way you pay them back whatever the interest rate on that credit card is over the long period of time. But we are savvy investors on this channel, so we know to pay off that balance right away. Now, what credit cards am I talking about and why these ones specifically? The first card on our list is the Discover It card because it actually doesn't require any spending, just a simple sign up in order to receive $50 free in credit. Also, before I dive into the next card, all of the cards mentioned don't have a yearly fee, so that way you don't have to worry about, do I have to pay something? Because some credit cards do have a yearly fee, which kind of can get expensive if you don't actually do the math of how much it costs versus how much cash back you're really getting at the end of each year. Some credit cards may not even be worth it at the end of the day to have unless you spend a certain amount. That's why I'm only including cards that have zero in total number of fees per year. The next one I'd personally get is the Chase Freedom Unlimited card because it gives you $200 in statement credit just for opening up an account and spending $500 in the first 3 months, which I think we all do no matter our circumstances. I mean, if you just include groceries, either gas or transportation, and anytime you eat out, if you put it on the credit card, paid off each month or even the same day, by the 3 months, you'll get $200 for free just for opening up that account and spending that threshold of $500. Before diving into the next one, I just wanted to note that all the links to these cards is in the description. And at this point, you should already have $250 that you earned for absolutely free without having to actually do really any work. And we're going to talk about other ways that you can earn money besides credit cards in just a minute with sign-up bonuses from brokerages and how you can utilize and combine all that later on. But there are a couple more cards that I would like for you to include. Also, before you get all these cards all at once, make sure to space them out to truly make sure that you are able to spend the right amount of money within the allotted time that you're given. If you miss that amount by even a day or a cent, these companies will not give you any statement credit and you'll just be SOL. But the next card that we're going to talk about is the Venmo credit card, which will give you another $100 if you spend $1,000 in the first 6 months. And before I talk about the last card, there is one more thing that you could possibly do, and that is if you don't have a Chase bank account, you can actually set up a Chase bank account, and that will give you an additional $200 for signing up. And you also have to set up direct deposit and deposit up to $500 within the first 90 days, which again, if you have a paycheck coming in, all you have to do is switch the deposit routing and account number and just set up this account. Now, I'm not going to include as far as our total because it's not a viable option for everyone, especially if you are self-employed. Technically, you probably don't get a direct deposit. But the last card on our list is the American Express Blue Cash Everyday card that will also give you $200 back after you spend $2,000 within a 6-month period of time. And like I said before, even if you think that you might not be able to hit that threshold within a certain amount of time, you can also open these cards around big purchases that you might have to already make. All of these cards also offer a certain period of time where they give you 0 APR interest. So even if you couldn't pay it at the end of the month, as long as you make your minimum payment, this strategy should still allow you to boost your credit score and not have to pay any APR interest. Just make sure that you track that window of time. If you do end up making a big purchase that you might not be able to pay off in the first few months, make sure that you're still paying 0% in interest, because I would hate for this strategy to backfire on you. And again, remember, not only is this strategy boosting your credit score, it's also allowing you to spend money interest free, at least for the first little bit, but it's also giving you free cash back. And in order to start investing with literally 0 of your own money, you have to implement this strategy. And so after all this is said and done, you should have anywhere between $550 and $750, depending on if you did the Chase checking account as well. And if you also include all the cash back that you earn from all the spending that you would have had to do anyway, you would have also gained about $100 in cash back. So you're actually sitting nicely between $650 and $850 in cash back and statement credits combined. Now, to get the last little bit of around $50 to $150, and this could be also higher towards $1,000, but I want this to be a realistic video, and I'd rather lowball it for you. That way, if you do happen to get a few extra bucks here and there with this next strategy, well, that's just a little bonus for you. But this next step requires you to open up some brokerage accounts and claim the free stock or cash that they offer when you sign up and start a new account. The stock brokerage accounts that I'm talking about are companies like Robinhood, which will give you anywhere between 1 and 2 stocks valued between $3 and $300. Again, this is a little bit based off luck, but we'll be using the minimum amount balances at the end so that we would give you the most realistic view. The next one is Webull, that offers 2 to 3 stocks valued anywhere between $5 and $1,000. Public, which is one of my favorite apps, and they give you a slice of a stock anywhere between $4 and $70. The next one is Coinbase, which is one of my most preferred ways to buy cryptocurrency, and they will give you $10 once you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, which you technically could sell immediately. Now, there are a little bit of fees involved with that, but honestly, that's just a good way to invest in cryptocurrency if you were already thinking about investing anyway. The $10 will definitely cover the fees of the $100 spent and then some. The next one is Stash, which will give you anywhere between $20 and $30 depending on their promotion for at least depositing $5 on their platform. Again, use the $5 that you got for free and then deposit it, and you could always cash out after you get the $20 to $30 bonus. And M1 Finance also runs a promotion just depending on the time of the season, and that is anywhere between $10 and $30 for when you link a bank account onto their platform. Again, you can just take that money and run once it appears into your account. So the grand total after doing all this could be anywhere between $57 and anywhere up to right around $1,500, and that is if you get absolutely lucky. Honestly, you could get up to $2,000, but I'm not even gonna put that into the realm of possibilities because I don't want to get your hopes up. Okay, so now at this point, if you did all of these things, you should have at least $100-something invested in Bitcoin and roughly anywhere between $600 and $900 in your bank account if you transfer all that money out from the brokerages. Now, if you already have an idea of where you would want to put that money, great, but you've had a little bit of time at this point to maybe check out some of these platforms, or at least maybe you've heard of these platforms like the ones you've signed up on, the brokerage accounts like Robinhood, Webull, Public, and if there's one that you like in particular, you can just move all the money into that one account and invest from there. Personally, I would invest in ETFs to be safe if this is your first time investing. Essentially what it is just a bunch of stocks all piled into one particular investment vehicle. Now, this can get very, very complicated, or if you think about it just like a big pie, and then that pie is split up into little tiny slices of stocks that, like, you know, maybe Google, Microsoft, Tesla, Amazon, whatever those stocks might be in that particular pie, and there's a bunch of flavors of ETFs that are out there. Now, I have a whole video on how to get started investing, and again, this is not financial advice by any means, but I just wanted to share how you can actually get started investing with $0. A lot of people think it's impossible to get ahead of their bills and actually start investing, but I wanted to share that you could actually start with literally literally $0 in your bank account as long as you have a job and a certain amount of money that you are already spending on things like bills. So if you got a ton of value from this video, like I hope you did, make sure to smash the like button because that really helps out the YouTube algorithm. And without any further ado, I'll see you guys in the next episode. And last but not least, YouTube thinks you might enjoy these two pieces of content as well.